I want to demonstrate to you a brand new setup that is incredibly effective and works well. With a unique flow, very familiar to designers and managers. We upload a room plan with furniture. For example, like this one. We upload the room plan. The system recognizes what's drawn on this plan and creates a three-dimensional space. Next, we upload a reference. This could be a mood board, a photograph, anything at all. Here, for example, is a beautiful one. We select it. The system analyzes the style, colors, details, everything from this image. And we wait for the plan to be recognized. Usually, this takes up to 2 minutes, depending on the complexity of the plan. Here, our plan has appeared. Let me remind you what our plan looked like. The one we uploaded. This was our set. Here is the plan we uploaded. And here is what we're not. If we switch to the plan, we'll see that the solutions are very, very similar. It seems that our solutions are remarkably similar to one another. For example, I can see that this window isn't centered, so I can move it a bit to make it central. We can fully edit this plan. What do we do next? Our system has recognized the finishing elements and furniture, and according to the plan, determined their size and created such. How shall I put it? Boxes for placing the actual furniture. At this stage, we can edit everything we need because, for example, the system recognised these squares as poofs, but of course they're not poofs, they're coffee tables, so we'll just add them manually. Coffee table. We move it over. We can see how much space there is between one piece of furniture and another. For example, the coffee table is 70 centimetres from the wall and 94 centimetres from this sofa. Next, we can change the size of these boxes manually, or we can now proceed forward to the very next stage and carefully choose the most appropriate furniture. And the sizes of these boxes will change in such a way that they'll exactly match the dimensions of the selected furniture. Okay, we press the Find Similar Furniture button, specifically similar to our reference image. So what do we see? We see that a sofa has been found, a settee, marble tables like these in the centre. We also have these round tables, rugs. This is a sideboard and an armchair. And we also have more tables because we have quite a few of them. You can also have a look, you see, like this. Goodness, the cursors. We can see what piece of furniture it is in each option. If an item is not recognised, or if no analysis from the database has been found for it, it remains grey. For example, this puff is grey, and we can either select it manually from the catalogue or delete it, just like at the entrance. And I'd like to draw your attention to something when we make a selection. Any piece of furniture, for example, you can see that the dimensions of this item change. Why does this happen? So that later, during further generation, we get a display of the furniture in its actual specific size. So we have one sofa in the system at the moment, there's one sofa, and there's another sofa, but I want this sofa to be a bit different. And now I'll show you another feature of our system. For example, I take this sofa and I can replace it with a sofa from the catalogue. We have sofas in the catalogue. Or I can use our configurator to build a different sofa. For example, I want a sofa that will now be made up of these two modules. To build it, we take one and another and we join them together. And now we have this lovely, comfy little sofa right here. Just like that. We built this kind of sofa. We have a modular sofa with a total length of 3.82 meters. And we can already choose the fabric for this sofa. Moreover, we select this fabric according to the brand's rules. And as you can clearly see for yourself, it changes the height, the price. We can change the legs, standard, non-standard, whatever you like. So then we simply move this sofa into our plan. You see, this sofa is large. I'll just move this sofa now. We'll just shift things a bit so that the items don't overlap. Right. We're still refining the interface as well. Well, that's it. What do we do next? We select from within the interior. Now you see, the windows have been built. We'll tweak our windows a little. Right. The windows are here with us. They're just set a bit too low. Here are our windows. Here is our space template. Now we'll turn this chair around. There we go. That's it. All done. And we press the render button. Right, we've got it. So the system has built and arranged our furniture according to the plan. It has chosen a stylistic solution. This one here. This option. And it has created this interior box with our chosen furniture. But we can make this room even more beautiful. We have this button here. Make it beautiful. What does it do? It refers to our reference and takes stylistic and individual solutions from our render. So we can manually put together a mood board and then, just like that, quickly apply all the solutions from this mood board to our space using real furniture. See? In other words, the system keeps the geometry completely intact but adds details. This room looks more finished, more beautiful. There are a few minor mistakes. For example, we had an armchair like this. The system drew a slightly different armchair, but it's nothing to worry about. We can make adjustments with the prompt and add any changes we like. For instance, I can say, go ahead and manufacture all the upholstery. A lovely, soft and warm beige. And then you should also change that old, comfortable armchair to a brand new one directly from the existing file. And I simply select that this is the armchair and choose it from the catalogue. For example, let's pick the one we wanted. Here, some aren't quite right. For instance, this one. That's it. We apply the changes. At the same time as working on the project, we have a specification being saved. This is still a working specification. For each piece of furniture, there is a description, size, and price, if it's available in the database. So, what do we see? We can see that things have changed. The finish colour has changed, and the armchair's changed too. Sometimes the system suggests, for example, that a more rounded puff would go better with this armchair, but we can make adjustments at any time. And then we can, for example, download this image and say, do make evening, mend. Create evening lighting. So all of this can be edited. As we can see, we have evening lighting. As you can see, from the very beginning to a finished interior with a specification, the whole process took us less than 15 minutes. This is a completely new way of working, a flow for a manager or designer.